it's unclear what Iran's proposal included, but what is clear is that Donald Trump is really not happy with it. He's raised doubts about whether or not the two parties will in fact be able to reach an agreement at all. Iran hasn't publicly revealed what was in this new proposal that's been sent to Pakistani mediators, and Donald Trump also wouldn't be drawn on exactly why he was objecting to it. He just said, they're asking for things I can't agree to. Now, he's also confirmed that he was briefed last night by US Central Command on a range of military options in the Iran conflict, but that basically they boiled down to two very stark possibilities. Here's what he told reporters earlier.
How would it look different?
There are options. I mean, do we want to go and just blast the hell out of them and finish him forever, or do we want to try and make a deal? I mean, those are the options.
Do you want to go blast the hell out of him?
I'd prefer not. Forever? On a human basis, I prefer not, but that's the option.
The US president speaking there, and Lauren, today marks a pretty important 60-day deadline in this war. Take us through what that 60-day deadline is and the significance of it.
Yeah, Joe, this is a really significant milestone because under the War Powers Act, the president basically had 60 days to either end the fighting or to go to Congress and seek approval to continue it. Now, the White House is saying that actually that 60-day deadline paused when they began the ceasefire on April 7, that effectively stopped the clock and that they don't have to abide by the War Powers Act. And they've written to Congress today saying that, in fact, the war was terminated, even though obviously US troops remain in the region. Now, the Democrats and plenty of legal scholars are disputing that interpretation of the law and that loophole. But here's what Donald Trump said about it earlier today.
Well, no other country has ever done it. It's never been, as you know, most people consider it totally unconstitutional. Also, we had a ceasefire, so that gives you additional time.
Now, all of this comes as a new opinion poll shows that most Americans think that this war in Iran was a mistake. It's extremely unpopular, in fact, as unpopular as the Iraq war was at the height of the violence there and that the Vietnam War was in the early 1970s. And what's interesting is that both of those wars took many more years and many more deaths of American troops before they reached the same level of disapproval as this conflict has in just 2 months. And even though the White House is saying that, you know, they don't pay attention to opinion polls like this and that they're not basing their military strategy on public opinion, they're trying to keep Americans safe, there's no doubt they'll be looking at this. This obviously is an election year. The midterms are just 6 months away. So this will be really spooking the Trump administration, the unpopularity of this conflict.